creating content that sells for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. As I said, this is a challenge. Mike says it's very cool. Cannot speak the software. Sorry. Thank you, Mike. That's cool. All right, guys. So creating content that sells. 3 of my favorite types of content is what I want to talk to you guys about today. But actually, do you know what? I'm going to go back. And before that, I want to say to you, if you turned up at a party, right, you're invited, let's say you move to a new area and you're invited to a party when we can have parties. Obviously, no one's having parties at the minute. Anyway, you're invited to a party by your new next door neighbor and you walk up to the door. And let's say you are a car mechanic, right? And you ding dong walk up to the door and the guys open the door and like, hey, how's it going? I'm Denise. I'm Denise. I sell cars. I can fix your car. I can, get you new tires. I can get you, put a new engine in your car. The guy at the door was going, what the heck? I just invited this girl to my party. She just walked in the door and she's pitching me before she gets even in the door. Yeah? You wouldn't do that, would you? You wouldn't walk up to somebody and go, hey, or in a bar or something, and walk up to somebody and go, hey, how's it going? Or the equivalent in the dating industry, if you're not talking about business and dating, you wouldn't walk up to somebody in a bar and say, here, do you fancy a ride, would you? Sorry, but would you? No, you wouldn't. You'd say, hey, how's it going? Can I buy you a drink, or do you want to have a chat, or any of this? Not that I would know anything about the dating in this day and age. But you wouldn't, would you? Mike, you liked that one, didn't you? I knew you'd like that one. But you wouldn't, guys. You wouldn't just walk up like that. But this is what we're all doing on social media. We're all out there and we're posting, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And nobody's buying and nobody's looking. So at the end of this training, not now, but when this training is done, I want you all to go to your Facebook business pages. I want you all to go to your Instagram. I want you all to go to your Facebook personal profiles and scroll down the last 10 posts. And if you see too many sales posts in them 10 posts, there's an issue, right? If you see that it's like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, then we have an issue. We have got to warm up our clients and customers to what we're selling. And what we're going to talk about today is how we warm them up, guys. How to sell without selling. How to be, not to be sell, sell, sell. All right, sound good? Let me know in the comments if that sounds good. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay and if it all looks good and if you've pressed that share button and if you're ready to get some good content. Because as you know, I'm needy and I need those comments, and hit that heart button while you're at it. So 3 of my favorite types of content. Number 1 is over the shoulder, guys. Over the shoulder is a fantastic piece of content. And what does that mean? It means showing people how you go about your daily life, showing people how you do business throughout the day. So for someone like Mike, who does heat solutions for plumbers and stuff like that, if he can show a day in the life of what he's doing throughout the day, it shows him in his business life, it shows him what he's doing when he's visiting clients and customers, and it gives him that elevation as an expert. Okay, for somebody who's in the beauty industry, an over-the-shoulder look might be a look at you doing a facial, or might be a look at you doing some eyelashes or eyebrows. Obviously, the person on the bed has to agree, but most times they will. Or get somebody in, get a friend and say, look, I'll give you a free treatment if you let me record it. A lot of people will do that. We've all seen those ads saying, models required. We used to go to Peter Marks many moons ago when we were young to get our hair done for free or for cheap, and you were the model, yeah? So do that in your hair salon, do that in your beauty salon, and say, look, Denise, if you come in on Saturday, I'll give you a blow dry for free if you let me go live on Facebook, or if you let me record it, or if you give me a testimonial at the end, or all 3, okay? So that's an over-the-shoulder look, and an over-the-shoulder look can be fantastic, and can also include a testimonial, like I just said there. The second piece of content that we have is a live Q&A. Guys, we love live Q&As. We love them. We love them on Facebook. We love them on Instagram. If you are afraid of camera, if you're afraid of video, which, come on, really, it's 2021. You got to get out of that thing and stop being afraid of video. If you are afraid of video, come join my Authority Builders and I'll cure that with you, no problem. The Authority Builder is, we teach you how to do live video and how to be confident on camera and how to show up. But guys, live video works. It works regardless of, you know, what your industry is. It works regardless of what your message is. When you get clear on your message and you show up on video and you deliver that message, that is where people get to know, like, and trust you and ultimately buy from you. So I want you, everyone who's watching, to commit to at least consider using live video in your marketing. Live Q&As can be great. So what most people are afraid to do live Q&As because they're afraid nobody will ask a question. So here's the industry tip. You put together 3 questions that somebody has already asked you within your industry. Maybe it was a client that you went to see. Maybe it was, you know, a prospect that had questions. Write down 3 good questions that you have the answer to, obviously, and then go do your live Q&A. And at the start of your live Q&A, hey guys, I'm here, I'm going to answer your questions live. Drop your questions in the comments, and I'm going to start with this question that I already have in here from Mike. Sorry, Mike. And it is, how do you go live on Facebook? Or whatever your question is. You start with questions you've pre-prepared. If you have 3 good questions ready to go, guess what happens? People who are watching go, oh, she's answering the questions, or he's answering the questions. I'll ask mine, and they'll pop them into the comments. Do not sit there for a live Q&A and say, right, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Any questions? I'm just waiting for questions. What? No! Just pretend and get it done and start out with the content. A question actually somebody had for me this morning about going live was, if you hop on live, should you wait for people? You know, should you sit there and say, I'm just going to wait for people to come over to join my live. I'm just waiting for people. Heck no. Jump straight in. The vast majority of people that watch your live videos on Facebook or on Instagram will watch you in the replay. I'm going to say that again. The vast majority of people that watch your live videos watch you in the replay. People think, well, what's the point of live then? The point of live is that you can be off the cuff. You can be authentic. You don't need to edit. You don't need to be so super polished. You know, when we record a video and we put it on YouTube, we expect it to be more shiny and polished, like more of a production. Live video does not need that. All right. So live video is fantastic for just getting the message out there. So never wait for people to hop on. Never, even in a training like this, where it's like a big piece of training. Sometimes I'll hop on and I'll say, hey guys, as you're joining, tell me where you're joining from. Tell me what your name is and who you are. So that gets us through a couple of seconds as people join. By the way, I forgot to say that at the start. So now in the comments, tell me what your business is and what your name is, where you're watching from. 3 things. Well, your name is going to pop up on the thing anyway. That's a bit silly, isn't it? Name, business, and where you're watching from. Put it in the comments for me now so I can talk to you. And as I give my different scenarios or my different examples, I can gauge it for your own businesses. And yes, Mike Teenan is a good guinea pig. Alan says, no, I take her to lunch, then dinner, buy her some perfume and some champagne. Oh my God, Alan. Champagne, my favorite. Brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. So we've got over-the-shoulder looks. Does everybody understand how they could use an over-the-shoulder look within their business? If your business is something in particular that you think, oh, I don't know if over-the-shoulder will work, put it in the comments and let's challenge it, okay? Live Q&A. Everybody understands what a live Q&A is. Any questions, pop them in the comments. Number 3 is a case study. And I'm going to go deeper into case study, guys. A case study is a piece of content that people... that I've had a lot of questions of in the past that people weren't kind of getting, but it's one of the best pieces of content that you can put out there. It's one of my favorite. And the reason why it's one of my favorite is for this little darling here. And this is social proof. All right? Social proof. Get on it. The reason why it is good for social proof is because if you think about it, you're going to case study. So you're going to talk about something, a job that you did for somebody. And now with social proof, it's showing us that number one, you've got clients. Number two, you know what you're talking about. Number three, you're able to do whatever it is you're talking about. All right. So case studies comes down to storytelling. We've got to get creative, okay? We're creating content. We've got to talk about the history of where this has come from, the experience, marketing, communication, emotion, share, and creative. What does all that mean? So what that means is to create a case study. I'll give you my tips in a minute. So let's say I'm going to talk to you about Mike. I'm going to go back to Mike and use him as a guinea pig, okay? And he's going to kill me for this. So I first met Mike. I'm gonna do something funny here and he'll kill me. So I first met Mike about 8 years ago, probably, or maybe 6 years ago on Facebook. And he was watching some of my videos. We had been talking about some jobs and stuff. And then I launched my in-person mastermind in the Hilton Hotel. And Mike came along to that, okay? So Mike came along to the in-person mastermind and he loved it, didn't you, Mike? Whoa, I flicked off there. Am I there? I flicked off, but I think I'm back. So what that is a case study. I'm telling a story about Mike. I've told you the history where we met. Now I could go, I have a lot of content to cover here, so that's why I'm flying. But if I was doing this in a proper case, I could go much deeper, okay? And I could tell you, you know, where we met, what his problems were at the time. You know, Mike was struggling with how to post on Facebook and what kind of quality information to put out on Facebook in order to get business. So we broke down the content. I worked with him on how to get clear on his message, find his customer, all of that kind of stuff. And it helped him propel his business forward with regards to his marketing. Do you see, as I talk about Mike, how you can see how I can help you? Do you see how you lean forward when I talk about a real person? Mike says, loved it and still here. Good man yourself. Do you see how when I talk about a real person and I talk about what they've learned, now I could go even deeper with that, but can you see how that works? Yeah. So this is what's called a case study, guys. Okay, a case study. I want to talk to you about another girl called Amy Kelly, who may or may not be watching or might turn up at some stage. Amy is working as a merchandiser. And she joined the Authority Builder. And when she joined, she was spinning her wheels. Okay, she wasn't profitable within her business. She was working away, busy. She wouldn't mind me saying she was on the hamster wheel, and what we call the busy fool. And not that she's a fool in any way, but she was very, very busy, but not making a good profit. Within a couple of weeks of working one-on-one with me, we started to break down and realize that Amy was not charging her worth. A lot of the customers and clients that come into the Authority Builder are just not charging what they're worth. So therefore, the profits are not in their business. Within a few weeks of the Authority Builder, Amy had tripled her income. Okay, she tripled her income, but that didn't stop there because Amy's a mommy and has kids. So she needed to be able to really get that balance of spending time with her kids, taking time off, but yet having a profitable business. So as we worked through the Authority Builder, our tasks changed. Number one task was to get her profitable. Once we got her there, the next task was to get more balance and have her to be profitable in times when it was quiet. For instance, August is quiet in her industry, notoriously quiet. So we had to then make allowances for August throughout the rest of the year. So her pricing had to go up. Her pricing had to go on a project-based pricing because a lot of you guys and a lot of business coaches out there are charging by the hour. Get away from charging by the hour, guys. It is a nightmare and you will never be able to charge your worth. We charge by value or we charge by results, okay? The value that I bring is the charge that I give you or the results that I get you, okay? So just be aware of that. Now, can you see, as I talk about Amy, how you can see how it will relate to your business? These are case studies. This is what I want you to start to think about within your own business. Who have I worked with before? What results have they gotten that I can speak about in my videos or on my blogs or on my social media so that people know, number one, I've got clients. Number two, I've got good results. Number three, I can help solve a problem. Yeah, this is a good case study. So my 10 tips for creating a case study. Now, guys, if you're watching here on your phone, take a screenshot. If you're watching on your computer, take a photo on your phone of this, okay? Take a photo, and if you want to, you could tag me over on your Instagram stories, because that would be amazing, and post a photo. But seriously, guys, take this photograph and keep it, okay? 10 tips for creating a great case study. Number one, write about someone your ideal customer can relate to. Remember who your ideal client is. So we need to know who our ideal clients are before we start to talk about it. For instance, if you're a hairdresser, do not start to talk about the 80-year-old man who came in to get his hair cut yesterday and the job that you did for him. Because the chances are that 80-year-old man, with all due respect, my dad is 86, I think, or whatever he is, he gets his haircut once every 6 months. He's not the perfect customer. Who the hairdresser should be talking about is Denise, who came in on Friday for her blow dry, and she gets a blow dry every Friday, and she gets her color done, and she might get extensions done, or she wants everything done, and she's always in the salon. That's the perfect customer. So when you case study as a beautician or as a hairdresser, when you case study someone who is your perfect customer. So somebody who repeat buys from you a lot, somebody who turns up a lot. All right. So that's how we remember your ideal client, and you write about that. Number two is tell a story, and the devil is in the detail, okay? So get right down to the details, because the more details we put into a story, the more people can relate to it, the more believable it is, and the more it's, the nicer a story it is, okay? So don't leave stuff out. Sorry, guys. Number three is speak about real experiences and use your own language, for God's sake. So speak about real experiences. So I'm talking to you such and such a client, or pretend that something happened. Don't do that. Yeah. So just literally talk about a client that you are working with or that you have worked with. Okay. And by doing that, it becomes a lot easier. It becomes a lot easier to talk about. It becomes a lot more believable for people. It's a lot more relatable. So speak in your own language. Get rid of the jargon. Get rid of this. I mean, there's words out there that people are putting into their blogs that I've never heard of. That I'm reading stuff. I got a form to fill in from somebody that I do some work with a little while ago, and there's a couple of words on there that I was going, here. Like, who are you talking to? Well, who's your target market? Why are you putting in, these verbal diarrhea, like coming up with words that like only half the population or less know what they mean? To me, that is just trying to show your own intelligence. We don't need it. Use your own language. I coach people all the time. I have people come through my authority builder. I coach hugely intelligent people, and I do not feel the need to use massive language so that I show my own intelligence. Yeah. You don't need it. Get rid of them. Get rid of the industry jargon and get rid of those big words that you'll have people. Because if I have to stop for a second and say, what word? Okay. So number 4 is decide on your preferred medium, but be open to use different formats. What does that mean? That means if you're a Facebook Live girl like I am, use Facebook Live. If you are a blogger and you like to type your information, blog and do that. If you like to do LinkedIn articles, do it that way. If you like Instagram Live, do it that way. Decide on your medium, okay, and get it out there. But be open to using different formats as well. Okay, so number 5 is remember that some learners are readers, others prefer video, others prefer audio. There is a lesson in there. Some people will watch my videos, some people will listen just to the audio, and some people will read. Make sure that we are making allowances for all of this in our trainings or in our videos or in our content. For instance, my Authority Builder program, when you sign into the membership area, you'll see the video of me speaking, but you will also get the transcriptions that you can read. You will also get the downloadable worksheets that you can work on. So there you can read it, you can listen to it, you can watch it. Make sure you're doing this for your clients, because we all take information in different ways, okay? Number 6 is don't be afraid to talk figures. Oh my God, guys. We have this thing, and I swear I think it's an Irish thing. Who here is watching this that isn't Irish? Let me know in the comments and tell me if in your nationality or in your country, is there an issue with speaking about money? In Ireland, it's like, shh. Don't ask anybody what they make. Don't ask anybody how much they paid for the house. Don't ask anybody how much they're paying in rent. Don't ask anybody how much their top was. What? Why is this fear of money? Money is a commodity, guys. It's energy. We should want to talk about it. The more we can talk about it, the less it becomes icky. The less it becomes that, issue. When I talk to my clients about upping their prices, most of them want to make this big announcement. My prices are going up. Look, I'm really sorry, guys, because we have VAT and we have duty from the US and duty from the UK and we have Brexit and we have COVID and we have this and we've that and a brand new hat. And because of all of this, I have to put my prices up. What? No, put your prices up. Done. Guys, we have a price increase. There you go. Take it or leave it. When we start to talk about price increases and we start to justify them and talk about them and talk about them and talk about them, what are we doing? We are putting the emphasis on the price. We are taking the emphasis away from the value of the product, and we are making the buyer focus on the price. The buyer probably didn't worry about the price until you started to focus in on it. All right. The day that I started to speak on my Facebook Lives about how much I charge per month, at the time I was doing Facebook ads, and at the time I was charging $1,000 a month for Facebook ads. Some people went, oh, $1,000 a month. And I was like, yeah, grand. They're not my target market. Other people leaned forward and went, oh yeah, she sounds like she knows what she's doing. I'm going to book her. Because the people who can recognize the value you bring and they can see your higher prices and say, well, if she's getting those prices, she's doing a good job. So remember that people will think like that. If you are too cheap, I keep saying it, Lidl and Aldi are already out there. Those places are taken. Don't try to be Lidl or Aldi, with all due respect to Lidl and Aldi. All right? The bargain basements are taken. Let's step it up and be more luxury brand. All right? Assuming we know what we're talking about and assuming we have a good product, assuming our service is top notch, because that's the first protocol in business, is making sure that you have a service or a product that is high end. Make sure that you have a service or a product that can command the higher prices. And once you do, and once your customer service is top notch, your customer service is, red velvet carpet for your clients and customers, that's when you can command those higher prices and forget about the low ticket and forget about the discounts and forget about the money off and all of that kind of malarkey. Forget it. Yeah. If you want to increase your prices, and I'd probably say that every single one of you watching here needs to increase your prices, do it. Get it done. It's the single quickest, easiest, best way to get more profits in your business today is increasing your prices. Okay. I will never forget when I increased my prices on my websites, and I immediately the profits went up, of course, but I put a payment system in place, which was another thing. So I was getting paid up front and get paid up front, get higher prices, and my business increased. I got more business in because now people went, oh, she's suddenly charging decent money for her website. She must be good. Have you ever looked at something? You go to Amazon and you're looking at the prices for different things. I don't know what you guys are like, but I never pick the lowest price. I always go for somewhere middle of the road. And my husband, he'll always look for the higher price because he's like, they must be crap if they're that price. I'm going for the higher one. I'll probably go middle of the road depending on what I'm buying. But you get what I mean. Don't be the bargain basement. All right. So where was I? I went off on a tangent there on not being afraid to talk figures. Number 7, include the exact strategies. So as you're speaking, if you're a business coach or a business coach would be good for this. Somebody who coaches people, break down the strategy that you use to get them to this result that they got. So what we're trying to do in a good case study is talk about the problem the person had, the solution you brought, the pathway you brought them through to solve their problem, and the desired result at the end. That's what a good case study brings us through. Number 8 is put a name on the person in the story. See, when I spoke about Amy, you guys were able to leap forward. When I spoke about Mike, you know, you can relate to people then, and you know that it's someone. If you're worried about, you know, talking about different clients and you don't have their permission, just put a false name on, you know. And most of my clients don't mind me talking about them, and I always check with them. But if they did, I would be talking about some random person, and I'd or just still put a name on it, even if it's a fictitious one. Is that is that how you say fictitious? Yeah, so put a name in the person's story. Number 9 is ensure that you name the industry or the target market. Remember when I spoke about the hairdressers and we talked about the target market? So the target market of the hairdressers is the repeat buyer, the person who turns up, you know, once a week or once every fortnight, not once every 6 months. So we're talking target market, we're talking industry. Make sure you put those down into your case study as well. And number 10 is, of course, add a testimonial. At the end of it, you can add a testimonial for the person that you're talking about. This is gold, guys. A case study is absolute gold. Commit to this. Take a photograph of this and make sure that you are going to get one out. Make sure you get it out either on video or a blog or, you know, whatever it is you want to do, get it out there. All right? So that is the tips for creating a case study. Any questions on that, guys? I'm going to just go into the comments to see. Hi, Karen. How you doing? You're a tremendous professional marketing expert in your field and you're fantastic at speaking. Ah, thanks, Alan. I'll get all shy and go all scarlet now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I done this last night. I must have sensed you were going to talk about it. No announcement, just done. I love it, Helena. So you put your prices up. No announcements, just put them up. Yeah, you must be listening to my videos lately, Helena. I love it. I love it. I love it. Get those prices up there. Well done. Well done. Mike says, never charge by the hour. I have a set consultancy fee. If it takes 2 hours, it's good for me. If it takes longer, so be it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Don't get caught in this. Oh, you know, you need to spend a couple of hours there, or you need to spend whatever. Get the job done. Once it's done, you're out of there. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. So they are my tips for creating case studies. So let's talk about creating the actual content and planning out the content, all right? Is this good stuff? Give me a yes in the comments if you're enjoying this, guys. Let me know if this is good. And if you didn't hit, if you're watching it on my personal profile on Facebook and you didn't hit share, hit that share button and hit that little heart button, because you know Facebook loves that little heart button. You know, on lives, if you hit the heart button repeatedly, it gives you those little hearts that come up. Then Facebook shows your video to more people, which is a little engagement hack that really does work. So a little tip for you. So hit that heart button. Helena says yes. Karen says yes. It must be the middle of the night for Karen in Perth in Australia. Okay, guys, we are planning content. We solve problems, okay? We are business owners. We are entrepreneurs. We are problem solvers, okay? I want you to think about that. The problem that you solve. Very good. You're on fire. Who is that? Because it said on my comments, it says Facebook user. Who just typed, very good, you're on fire? Because for some reason, it's not signed in. For some reason, your name's not coming up. All the other names are coming up, but yours isn't for some reason. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know. We're problem solvers, guys. So what problem do you solve? Okay, when you know the problem that you solve, content becomes easier. It becomes easier to create content and to create your case studies like we talked about previous. Hi, Beth. Thank you. It becomes a lot easier to create content when we know the problem that we solve. Okay, so if you are in floristry and you're doing wedding flowers, your problem that you solve is bringing beautiful flowers to the occasion for the bride and to create that beautiful aesthetic feel at the wedding. Similar then for a funeral, if you do funeral flowers, if you do corporate flowers for businesses, think about the problem you solve. For Helena, she does gifts. So the problem that she solves is different. She helps people buy unique, beautiful, handmade gifts for whoever they want to send them to. So what problem do you guys solve? When you know this, it becomes easier to create the content. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, not now, right? Screenshot this or take a photograph of this. And again, if you want to post it on Instagram and tag me, I of course would love that because I'm needy, or here on Facebook. But that's not the important part. The important part is take a screenshot or a photograph of this. And what I want you to do is write in your books later. Okay? I want you to write in your books, what do you do? What services do you offer? What products do you have? What subjects relate to it? This is what we're going to brain dump. You're going to do this work later, not here with me, because it's going to take a while. When you start to write down the services that you offer and the people you offer them to and the different products you have, you can start to get an idea of what content you could put out there. And then we start to arrange it into topics. And this is what we call our strategy. So let's say we're talking beauty. You want to list your services. So for beauty, you might have spray tan, you might do nails, you might do skin, you might do massages, you might do some holistic therapies. So they might be your 5 main subjects. Now, under those 5 main subjects, there'll be smaller little bite-sized subjects. For instance, under spray tan, actually that's a harder one. So under nails, there might be shellac. There might be, acrylics. There might be getting refills. There might be the French manicure. There might be nail art. There might be, I can't think of any shapes of nails. There's a lot of stuff that you can talk about. Under skin, you might have, under skin, you might see. I'm trying to come up with all these things. Under skin, you might have old skin. I can't think what the word is. What's it called? Anti-aging. Woohoo! So under skin, you might have anti-aging. You might have, sun damage. You might have tired skin or old skin or dull skin. These are all things that we can talk about, right? So these are all little micro subjects under a main umbrella subject of skin. So now the idea is you say, this week I'm going to talk about skin for the whole week. My content comes out for the week. Each topic is related to skin. Your content becomes easier. For a business coach, you might be coaching people, one topic might be fear, fear of showing up, fear of launching. Another one might be revenue, wanting to gain revenue in your business. Another thing that business coaches might teach on might be systems or mindset. Whatever these things are, they're your main subjects. Now we break them down. Under fear, we might have imposter syndrome. We might have, fear of showing up. We might have fear of failure. And these might be our micro subjects under our main subject. Do you get what I mean? When we start to brain dump these on our page, it becomes a lot easier to talk about it. So the florist might have weddings, funerals, corporates, occasions. So let me know in the comments if this is making sense with you or if you're struggling in any way. Okay, so what problem would an artist solve? Would it relate to the subject matter you're painting? Yes. Let me know what kind of artist you are and what kind of paintings you do. So with regards to the problem that an artist solves, you are giving, you're giving the gift of art. So it becomes, it's much more of invoking a feeling. Art invokes a feeling rather than a practical need. So invoking that feeling of, that to receive a beautiful gift. So I don't know what type of artist you are. Maybe if you're a portrait artist, that's a fantastic gift to give to somebody. So you are solving the problem of, what gift do I get for this person who has everything, that type of a thing. What gift do I get for this person who loves their dog, portrait of the dog. What gift do I get for this person who loves the seascape of their favorite holiday destination, that type of stuff. But you're invoking a feeling and it's very much on the gift giving. But for the artist, Facebook Live is your friend. Instagram Live is your friend. I want you to let me know in the comments if you've ever gone live, and if you haven't, I want you to get out of your own way and just go live, because it is absolute gold for an artist. Absolute gold, Facebook and Instagram Live. Just get on there and go live. I've seen artists, I've worked with artists who have done this and they've gone live painting or drawing something, and they've been live for hours and people have been watching, and then they stop and they go off and have a break and they come back a few days later and finish their painting on live, and people buy into that. They buy into the story and then they want the piece of artwork. So make sure you're showing up in your social media channels. Watercolor, acrylic, dogs, landscapes, seascapes. Beautiful, beautiful. So that's the problem you're solving. Never done anything. Okay, so it's time to get clear and calculated about your content, and start putting your content out there, because it works. Live works for artists 100%. 100%. Who have I not said hello to here? What's your name? The artist, you're from Alabama. I love that. So let me know what your name is in the comments, because names aren't showing up on some of you guys. So show before and after. So show. Another one is get your camera, set it up on a tripod, and put it on the time-lapse video and start drawing. Yeah, and draw a picture. Even if you only did half of it, stop it and then do it again later, do the other. Put them out on your Facebook to show a before and after, you know, a blank canvas and then a finished canvas. Fantastic content for an artist, all right? But guys, being visible is what sells. Just letting people watch you paint. Yes, Beth. Oh, sorry, Beth. Sorry. I thought you might have been somebody else, because it's hard to know because what's coming in is just Facebook user. Sorry, Beth. Sorry. Yes, letting people watch you paint, letting people watch you draw. Like, not all the time, not every day, you know, but putting, you know, pieces of content out like that. I worked with an artist before, and she started to go live drawing and painting on her page. And what happened was her commissions went up, because people were now seeing and going, oh my God, I love that painting you just did. I want it. And then she'd say, well, no, that's sold because somebody else bought it. But, you know, send me a photograph if you want me to paint your dog or your cat, or, you know, a seascape that you like. And that's how she grew. She went from, you know, small dollar artist right up to leaving her 9-to-5 job and having a really good business. So yes, let people watch you paint, let people watch you draw. We buy into the story, guys. We buy into the story of how people do things. All right. So step one, guys, on creating content that sells is focus. Okay. Pick one subject, decide on the delivery. Okay, so let's think back to what we went, right? Remember what we had here. We've all our different topics, okay? So if I was the business coach in this example, my one topic I might want to talk about for this week might be revenue, okay? So I pick one subject, I've picked it, that's revenue. Decide on delivery. For me, it's always a Facebook Live. Facebook Live is my favorite mode of contact. For you, it might be a recorded video, it might be an Instagram Live, it might be writing a blog, typing a blog on your website, or writing an article on LinkedIn, but decide on one piece of content, all right? So for me, it's a Facebook Live. So now I'm talking about Facebook Live, I'm talking about revenue on a Facebook Live. This becomes my piece of content for the week. It's my anchor piece of content, okay? I do my Facebook Live, I make it really good, lots of good information, like this one actually, like this one. It doesn't have to be this long, of course, but this could be my good piece of content for the week, okay? Now, when I'm finished this video, I can download it, okay? And I can create the transcripts from it. So once it's created, we repurpose for other platforms. Now, what does that mean? That means I download my video and I start to use it in different key ways. This is the inspired content circle, okay? In the middle, I have my live video that I just did or that I'm doing here. Once it's done, I download the recording and I send it to rev.com. I will show you here. Send it to rev.com or otter.io and have it transcribed. That means I get a file back with the text of the video and I have the video. So now I have the text and I have the video. Remember what I said earlier on in the presentation. Some people listen, some people watch, and some people read. So now I have the transcriptions. I can use the transcriptions to create captions on the video. Yes, my little captions or my subtitles. And now once I've done this, I can add a front screen and a back screen, and I can upload this video to YouTube. Brilliant. All right, I can upload this video to YouTube. The next thing I can do, I can use the transcriptions to create a blog for my website. Remember what I said. Some people read information, some people hear it, and some people watch it. Also remember that Google does not see video and does not, video content, I mean, it's listening, but it's not listening enough to rank us yet. So what we would like to put is good quality text-based content on our blogs, on our website. So the transcripts can get cleaned up and now create a blog on my website. Now remember, I've one anchor piece of content, that was my Facebook Live. I've now got, it's gone on YouTube in a different format, and it's gone as a blog on my website in a different format. I can now take the transcriptions and create an article on LinkedIn. So similar to the blog, I can rewrite it a bit and put it on LinkedIn. I now have my Facebook Live, my YouTube video, my blog on my site, my LinkedIn article, all four pieces of content from one piece of anchor content that I did at the start or the end or middle of the week or whenever. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense, guys, and if you're enjoying this content while I take a sip of water. Okay, so next what I can do is I can use the transcriptions to create a long form text post on Instagram or on Facebook. Okay, so I can go to Facebook. What do I mean by long form? I can take the transcriptions from the video. Now, if it's an hour-long video like this one, you wouldn't be putting all the transcripts on Facebook. But if it was a 10-minute video or a 5-minute, they would fit on Facebook or Instagram. And if it was a good message that you put out, rewrite it, take out the ums and the ahs and do you know what I mean type stuff, and put it out as a post on Instagram or Facebook. Again, remember, some people watch videos, some people listen, and some people read. So now we are on 5 pieces of content from that one core piece of content. And my next one then is use the transcriptions to create a press release and send it to the local press. How many of you ever send anything to local press? You know, the Northside people, your local free ads, the Fingal free ads, whatever your local free ads paper is, they are always looking for good news stories. Send some stuff. They might not print it this week, but if you sent them something every month, they might eventually print for you. Okay, so remember, our one core anchor piece of content for me was a Facebook Live. For you, it could be a blog or something different, but let's go. We've got the Facebook Live, yeah? Then we've got it gone on YouTube with the subtitles and edited. And number 3, we've put a blog on our website. Number 4, we've gone for a LinkedIn article. Number 5, we now have a long form piece of content for Instagram or Facebook or both. So let's say number 6 is both. Okay. Now we can create the transcriptions and get them out as a press release. That's 7. We have 7 pieces of content. A piece of content every feckin' day from one anchor piece of content. Yeah, that's how we repurpose our video. But guess what? I'm not finished. Okay, what about the highlights of the video? We can pull bits of the video out, use a video editing tool to crop the video. By the way, Viva Video is cheap and free. InShot is cheap and free. It's free. InShot is cheap. These are easy video editing tools that we can use. I heard of another one called Splice. Cheap and easy, okay? We can now take our video and we can crop bits out, or we can chop it up so that we've got small snippets of a video that can go out on our Instagram, our Facebook, our LinkedIn, or wherever we want. Now we have another bite of the content cherry from that one piece of content, yeah? What about the quotes? There's always quotes that you do, yeah? So look through your transcripts and pick out the best quotes from the video and create an image quote for Instagram, or one of those lovely carousel posts. You know, the carousel posts that you swipe through. Let's say my 10 tips to creating a good case study. That would make a lovely carousel post. Step 1, step 2, step 3. We swipe for each step. Carousel posts are doing brilliant on Instagram. Guys, it's about getting creative around what you've already created and not trying to reinvent the wheel every time we do a new piece of content. Okay, and lastly, we're going to create an Instagram reel or a TikTok using snippets of the video. add a bit of text overlay, and now we have more content. I don't even know how to count how many pieces of content we got out of one video. I think we had 7 before we came on to this one, and now we've 8, 9, 10, 11. We could be up to 12 or 13 pieces from one piece of content. Remember, our anchor piece of content. If I go back to the business coach, I was talking about revenue. My whole week of content is all based around revenue. Is it exactly the same? No. I've changed little bits of text. I've changed it up. It looks different. Yeah? Amazing. We should be publishing every single day as business owners. This technique makes it easier to do this. This technique means we're not selling our soul to Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or any other social media platform. We're able to show up with purpose and show up with good quality content. Guys, let me know in the comments if this is absolute gold, because I know it is. Mike says, does that make sense? Steph, or your quote will be on your headstone. So true, so true. Guys, let me know if you're not enjoying this content. I need to take some water. And if you think this is gold, because, yeah, I'm needy. Okay, so that is how we can publish every day. All content complements each other. We are congruent across all platforms. Every platform I go on to this week, if I go on to Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, I see that Denise is talking about revenue. It's different. The setup is a bit different. The video is a bit different to the article. Text is changed about little bits, but it's all the one main piece of content. So it really complements each other, and it also hammers home our message. We used to be in business 10 years ago. They used to say that people have to see your logo 9 times before they will buy from you or before it resonates with them. Now we are up in the 30s and 40s. What? Yeah, because we're in a crazy busy, easy for you to say, crazy busy world, okay? So make sure that we are congruent, make sure that we're showing up on all platforms, and everything complements each other. So I think that's Beth who's saying, I'm having some distractions, would love to be able to watch this again. Beth, make sure, are you watching this on my Facebook page or in my group? If you're in my Facebook group, it will be there for you. I will tag you in it and you can watch it again later on. If you're not in my Facebook group, get yourself in there. Grow Your Business with Denise Inspired. Search it, join the group, and the video will be then in there for you to watch later on. All right? Okay, so we now know how we can create all of this, yeah? Please don't copy and paste. Yeah, we are better than that. Don't copy and paste. When you have your transcriptions, you can copy them, paste them into LinkedIn, edit them, change them around, make them a little bit different. Your time will be saved because you'll be just rewriting the same thing, but we don't want it to look exactly the same, okay? We are better than that. So here we have the Facebook Live in the middle. We've got Facebook posts supporting your message up there. We've got the quotes, image quotes that we pulled out, transcripts, cleaned up and created a blog, transcripts cleaned up and sent out as an email to your email list, yeah? Transcripts cleaned up and put on a LinkedIn post or a LinkedIn article, downloaded and edited for YouTube, video gone onto YouTube or onto LinkedIn with your transcript, with your captions on it, Instagram live TV or Instagram TV. Guys, it is endless, the amount of places we can put our repurposed content. The main message here is get clever with repurposing your content. Create the plan, a main topic for the week, a main topic for the month, the umbrella topic with the smaller topics below, secondary topics. Get clear on it, brain dump in your sheets, and get clear on what you are doing, okay? My conclusion is stories sell, guys. People buy from people. Show up with purpose. Be authentic. Be nice. Build relationships. If you have something to sell, then it is your duty to turn up and sell it. Create a plan. Use video and repurpose like a pro. All right, guys? That is my creating content that sells. I am, of course, Denise Inspired. I have a program called the Authority Builder. It is a live and interactive coaching, marketing, and accountability program. It is designed to help business owners like you become the leading authority within your business, to use all of the tools that I've been talking about tonight to show up online so that you can increase your prices, increase your credibility, increase your confidence on camera, grow that, and grow your visibility so that it in turn grows your business and grows your revenue within your business. It's designed to create massive visibility and so that you become completely sold out without ever having to spend on Facebook ads or Google ads or any of that. So would you like to become the go-to within your industry? And of course the answer is yes. Everyone wants to be the go-to within their industry. If that is you and you want to spend the next 12 weeks with me, I would absolutely love to have you. PM me if you're watching this on Facebook in my group. Just message me. If you're watching it on Facebook on my page, just message me. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can comment below. I'll put a link to my calendar below on YouTube, and you can click that to book in for a call. Guys, the message is, within the next 12 weeks, I will have you up, bossing all platforms, and you will become the go-to person within your industry. The results from the Authority Builder are phenomenal. We have people, as we talked about earlier on, tripling their business, taking their offline business fully online, growing their revenue, growing their followings across all platforms. That is the Authority Builder. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this training. Let me know in the comments there if you enjoyed it. Let me know if this was good quality information for you, and let me know in the comments if you are interested in chatting about the Authority Builder. Okay, and I've said they're interested in taking your business to the next level. PM me and let's get you into the Authority Builders. Guys, this has been amazing. I hope you enjoyed it as much as me. Hit that share button if you are watching on Facebook, and if you're watching it in the replay, please do PM me if you want to chat about the Authority Builder, or look for the link on Instagram. The link for my calendar is in my bio, and on YouTube it's down in the comments, and in my Facebook personal profile you can click to the link in my calendar as well. So guys, thank you so much. Super good, Beth says. You're so welcome, guys. You're so welcome. And thank you for being here. Thank you for spending the time with me. And I will chat to you guys later. Big love. I am Denise Inspired. Make sure you're connected with me. Make sure you're in my group, Grow Your Business with Denise Inspired. If you're watching this out on Facebook, comment on the Facebook Live and I will get the group link to you. And I will chat to you guys later. You're welcome, guys. Thank you. See you later.